I want to start this by saying this conversation is going to feel really shallow, but we can't deny that
It's two people that used to be ugly.
as two people that were Shrek'd. This podcast is a Dear Media production.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back to another episode of Girls Gotta Eat.
Last episode of our special month. It has flown by.
October?
Yes.
It's my special month. I'm sad that it's going to be over.
What a month.
We have the Vegas flu today.
We really do. We are coming off of Vegas. We will talk about it. What time is it? 2:45 p.m. I voice noted you this morning. I was like, I'm going to be honest. The earliest I'm recording is 2. And you were like, well, how about 1:30? I was like, yeah, for sure. I'll pick you up at 1:30. Pick you up at 1:55.
I had to wake up and take my car to Jeep this morning because I've been like putting this off. Somebody knocked my mirror off. What was it, a year ago?
know.
And I finally was like, and I got to the dealership and this guy goes, he goes, I got to be honest, you have 5 open recalls on your car.
And you were like, what does that mean?
I told you in Spark Lives it was 4 because I was embarrassed, but it's 5. And
But what does that even mean?
it means that they've been emailing you for probably a year.
Yeah.
That there's maybe
Stuff
something wrong with your car. And I don't know, are people, every time you get an open recall, you're supposed to go to the dealer?
Yes.
The shame in his face and voice, like, I'm supposed to come here?
That's a lot. I mean, Jaguar, I haven't had one.
I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's not supposed to have, Jeeps are like great cars. I'm just supposed to go to the Jeep dealership.
Not anymore, apparently. Make Jeep great again. That is a lot. I don't know. We do need my fiance in here to tell us the stats as an automotive expert.
I had to ask him this morning what it was.
What's normal? Like, I haven't had one.
How do you know? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Listen, you have a lot of emails in your inbox.
No, I'm positive.
Okay.
I would put my life on it.
I swear I've never seen one of these emails, but he was like, we email you every time.
So you're like, is there an app or something I should have?
He's like, you don't even have to pay for this. It's free.
I have had one recall in my life as of late, and it was this play kitchen I got for my nephew. Probably, I think I got it for him when he was like 1, and now he's 3, and they still play with it. And now my younger nephew, Aaron, plays with it. And it's like this kitchen set. It's written so nice. It was like crazy, the price for how high end it is. Sure enough, too good to be true. Recall on it. But it was like not anything that's going to like kill the kid. And it's just was like
just plastic?
This one little thing. You know what used to happen? Like dressers were like falling off the walls and stuff like that. Like it wasn't a thing that was going to tip over and crush them, whatever. It's mounted to the wall, I think. There was little pieces. It was like a pots and pans or something.
Are they like put in their mouth?
Something was off with them and they sent like new pieces.
Okay, can I tell you?
But it wasn't an issue.
I have no concept of what kids' toys cost. It's like you could tell me that thing cost $100 or $1,000, and I would be like, that sounds right to me.
Totally. Yeah, it was like sub 200 and could be 1,000. Like I couldn't believe it when I bought it. It was just like it's so nice. The little carrots and the eggs and the chalkboard. Like it's the nicest play kitchen I've ever seen. I think it was literally like $170.
Okay, well, I'll have to pick your brain because I have to get my nephew.
You got to get this
Actually,
kitchen.
let me ask you what you think about this.
Okay.
So my nephew is turning 1 next month, and my sister-in-law sent out like a gift registry for his first birthday. And I was like, "Are people doing this?" And I made fun of her, obviously, and she was
Is there
like,
a party associated?
"They're having like a first birthday party for him, yeah." And they live in London, so they don't live anywhere near family. So like we're not with him day to day. And I of course made fun of her. And she was like, well, people have just been asking me a lot. What do you guys need? And what do I get him? And she's like, I didn't wake up and decide to do a registry.
Yeah, like we're good. Also, we have money.
We have money.
Well, the thing, I guess the reason she's doing it is probably to not get a bunch of shit they don't need. Because everybody wants to buy cute little clothes and things like that. So Matt and Steph have always been really vocal about please don't bring this or don't bring anything or we need diapers or whatever. So I do understand.
You're coming around to it.
What's the register? What's on it?
I haven't opened it.
Is there toys on it? Toys on it feels a little greedy.
We're gonna open it live. I didn't even open it. I just immediately made fun of her.
Yeah.
I immediately just responded and made fun of it. It's called thingstogetme.com.
That's the name? Okay.
It's pretty straightforward.
Wow, okay.
It is some toys. It's this high chair. It's a sweater.
High chair. Damn.
Toast puff muff. I don't know what that is.
Okay, that sounds like something you'd have on your vagina.
Yeah, it does. It sounds sexual. It's a lot of toys. But I do see what you're saying. My family also does send him. I've been meaning to tell you this. My mom sent him a Labubu.
Oh, a real one or a Lafufu?
I'm not sure. We're a Lafufu family. But, I think she didn't understand like the irony of it. Like, it's scary for a baby. Look at that face.
No, they love them. My nephews love it. So my brother recently was like, hey, quick question. Do you hate us because of the gifts I keep buying for those boys? So, you
Too
know,
much?
I got no, like the ball pit. So I
The
got
ball pit is an act of violence. You, two boys, two little boys, and you're like, I know.
So I got
The messiest thing in the world.
Was the ball pit last Christmas? Yeah, I think the ball pit was, because 2 Christmases ago, Aaron was in the womb or fresh coming out. But last Christmas, I got the ball pit. It was such a hit. It still is. It's like really stood the test of time.
course it is.
And then for Jay's 3rd birthday, which was just a couple weeks ago, October, another special thing of October, I got him these like freaking RC stunt car remote. Like, you can tell those cars are flipping and going crazy and they're probably noisy. So there's like remote control cars that like do all these stunts.
Run into walls.
Yeah. And the day I sent it was raining. So the boys were inside all day. My brother was like, you got to stop. Can you just get them some shirts? I'm like, and I was like, literally their whole wardrobe is also for me. Like so many, you know, my favorite thing is like, I've gotten them so many shirts on tour. So they're like, they're that
little hot dog one from
the
Cleveland?
hot dog Cleveland shirt. Now it's passed down to Aaron.
Jay and I both have that shirt.
And that there's DC shirts. Like, so anyway, no, it's just like, I think Matt and Steph are like, come on. But I'm like,
So you're coming around to the registry.
no, I'm not. It's their favorite toys are these toys for me. They never would have put a ball pit on a registry.
Exactly.
They did
No,
suggest
but
the
if you
kitchen,
were
though.
the parents, you would not. You would specifically be like, only get stuff on this
At
list.
the top of the registry, no ball pits.
I'm gonna send him a ball pit.
Oh my gosh, let's thank our partners.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you to Squarespace. Get a free trial at squarespace.com/GGE and use code GGE for 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. And Winx Health, get 50% off Winx at Walgreens and at hellowinx.com/GGE.
And thank you to Nutrafol. Get $10 off your first order and free shipping at Nutrafol.com with code GGE10. And thank you to Saks Fifth Avenue. Ever heard of it? Head to Saks Fifth Avenue or Saks.com for inspiring ways to elevate your personal style. Okay, we are going to talk about Vegas really quick because I don't want to forget. People wanted an egg carton update from me about did I get the egg carton, if you know, you know, to my fiance's bachelor party. I didn't get it shipped. We were too busy. I couldn't get to FedEx, and I just didn't trust any of those guys to even handle it. I didn't want it to get to them after they'd left for the destination. So I did put it in his backpack, shoved down, and he did find it when he got there. And I put a note in it, in the carton that said, hope you have an excellent bachelor party.
Egg puds are hot.
Yeah.
Egg puds are hot right now.
So anyway, that's just the update. Just wanted to throw that in there.
Can I tell you what's been happening that's making me laugh so hard? So you have a lot of events for the week. We have so many friends flying in. So there's like welcome drinks Thursday, Indian party Friday, Halloween party, wedding. Ashley,
Oh no. Are you fielding so many texts?
I am a one-stop shop for fashion for the week. And everybody's like very excited because
Yeah.
it's so different than like get a dress for a rehearsal dinner, get a dress for a wedding. Like everybody's just like really into this like
Okay.
Indian outfit, Halloween outfit. But it is making me laugh so hard. I'm feeling like 5 texts a day about it. And so I have all my outfits. I have 5 outfits starred in my phone, favorited.
Yeah.
And so I'm ready to shoot off the text for every person.
Okay.
I'm just like Indian outfit. I have my Halloween costume. This is where I'm doing my makeup. This is where I'm doing my hair. This is what I'm wearing to officiate. So I'm doing the gown. Like everybody,
Okay,
I'm just like,
perfect.
I'm locked and loaded.
Well, thank you so much. I thought it was really funny because we were in a group chat with a friend, the 3 of us, and she started asking questions. And Raina goes, "Can you text me separately about this?" And I was like, "No, it's okay. I have the time." But you were just like, "You need to protect Ashley's peace. She's got a lot going on." But I will say, it is the one thing I'm having like a little guilt about is the amount of outfits I'm making people do. But and I'm also like, for the Indian event, if you just want to wear the color scheme, that's fine. I'm telling people like, you don't have to do the whole thing if you can't find a sari or a lehenga. But it is, I'm asking a lot. but that's what we're doing. If you can dress for it or not, you don't have to wear a Halloween costume, but you're gonna regret it if you don't. Like, no one's complaining unless they're complaining to you privately.
Not one
but
person.
It is a lot, and I am aware, and I think at least it's fun stuff, and it'll be worth it. And like some people, Giulio Gallerati, I guess this is his first Indian wedding. Not that we're having an Indian, whatever you guys will say, but we are having the Indian ceremony event, and he is just. He's asked so many questions. He's like, I'm going to be dripped out. He told me, he was like, my Kurta arrived, and I talked to your fiance about how to swag it up. People are just, they're excited.
I'm telling you, not one. I mean, I don't think anybody would dare talk shit to me about it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine even if somebody had a feeling about it that they would talk shit to me about it. But I don't know. When I travel for something, we'll talk about Vegas. Like I want to have like plans on plans on plans. I like a packed out itinerary.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, I guess you're asking a lot, but like, I like that, like, this is the activity and the look. This is the next activity and the look. Like, I don't know. I want instructions. I want a lot of instructions.
Yeah, for sure. And again, do it or don't.
I've been telling people yellow and orange if you need to.
Yeah.
Just get on Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, thanks for doing that.
You're welcome. It's been a lot. It's been so many people. But also now I know like what different people are wearing. So like I sent one thing to one person. I was like, well, Melissa bought this, so don't buy this. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So I've been like, people have been sending me like the same like Revolve stuff. And so I'm like, so-and-so already bought this.
You're a one-man registry.
I am a registry.
That is so funny. Well, Vegas was incredible.
That was my favorite.
The best 20 hours, right? We probably got landed. We're at the bar with the free dom bought by a random.
We sent our two prettiest friends to the bar ahead of time, and they sat there and got 2 bottles of Dom bought for them.
But most also friendliest. Most approachable.
Absolutely.
Most approachable. Yeah.
Taylor is my favorite personality hire. She'll be friends with everybody in the bar by the time you get there.
Megan's like that too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they got there and they know each other. Coincidentally, we all met in Vegas.
At that bar. They met at that bar.
At that bar, which was crazy. So we're on the plane. Rain and I are on the plane, sitting together for once. And they're like, hey, this dude just bought us a bottle of Dom, which, if you're curious, we looked it up. It's about $250, $260 in the store. It's $2,000 if you're going to buy a bottle of it at the bar. They're like, we're chatting with him. He's fine, whatever. And then, like, well, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes later, we're like, we're about to land. And they're like, he bought another one for you girls. And we're like, we'll see you soon. So we like hoof it to the bar. We never even went to the pool.
We never even met this guy. We
never met
left.
him. Yeah. And they were saying the bartenders thought he was bluffing when he, like, the first and then the second, they had to go somewhere else to even get it. They don't just keep them under the bar.
At 2 p.m.
At 2 p.m. Yeah. So they were like, this guy's good for it. So we stayed at the Cosmopolitan Las Vegas. And this is where Rain and I had our show last year. We kicked off the tour in 2024. It is truly our second home in Vegas. It is incredible. I feel so at home there and treated so well, and the rooms are gorgeous. Not a bad room in the place. I mean, they upgraded me to a suite, but all the rooms have these incredible views and everything is there. So I think we probably mentioned this last year, when we were there, we never left the premises. So when we got to the Cosmo last year, we went to the pool. We went to dinner in Beauty and Essex. We had our show. I had lunch at Egg Slut or whatever. Like, everything is
Partied
there.
at Marquee that night, and our show was in there.
And Marquee that night, yeah. So I literally, when I reflected on last year, I was like, we never once left. We did a couple other things this time, and we'll talk about it, but we just wanted to hype them. It's an incredible hotel, and we love it.
If you want like a great view from your balcony, I feel like everybody wants these great balcony pics in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, it's the fountain, it's New York, it's the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower. Like, you see everything
The sphere,
from there.
you can see the sphere from it on certain floors. And we just like adore the hotel, and we hope to perform there again if we go back to Vegas. And so shout out to them. And it was really nice to be in a suite because we had got our hair done together, and it felt like we could all be together, even in a regular size room. They're huge. You could all like be together.
Well, I stayed with Sparkle Eye's sister. Our room was enormous.
Yeah.
Enormous. I barely knew she was there.
So we did that. We get there. We have some Dom at the Chandelier Bar, gorgeous bar in the Cosmo. Then we all got our hair done together. And then we went to dinner at Catch. This podcast seems to be sponsored by Catch lately. They never let you down.
I like Catch
We
everywhere.
love Catch. And then we went to the Chippendales. And we had the Chippendales at our Vegas show last year. So we saw a little bit of it. We saw their cowboy performance.
Yeah, they tied me up and like rolled me down the stage.
Raina
and
was a
stuff.
part of
It was
it, and
fun.
we loved working with them. And so we were so excited to see the show. It's at the Planet Hollywood, and they have their own dedicated theater, and they are incredible. They're the goats. Like they kind of started the whole thing. I mean, if you watch the TV show, I was obsessed with the like docu-series show. Well, it was like a dramatization of the whatever. They're just like the trailblazers in this space, and the guys are so hot.
I know. And
so
it really is like, I like a lot of these like male strip show kind of things,
Yeah.
but there's a little more like shtick with other ones that I don't need.
Like a storyline.
Yeah, like they just like got right down to business.
Yeah,
They did
exactly.
construction workers, they did motorbike people,
Yeah.
and then Ashley was like, you got to wear my veil.
So they knew we were coming.
Yeah.
And we were coordinating with this woman named Allie. She'd already greeted us and everything. And they knew it was a bachelorette party. So I was like, I know that they want me to be a part of this show. And it's just not for me. Like,
If it's never been for you, you've never liked this stuff.
if Raina was like, hey, it's my bachelorette and like Peloton wants me to co-instruct, you'd be like, Ashley's going to do that. That's more Ashley's friend. You put on the veil.
I
you
would
get,
stand next to the bike and make jokes.
and I got my moment in the sun, but for the being on stage and really getting humped and just thrown around, I was like, Raina was born to do it. So I see Allie coming towards us and I go, oh my God, she sees me in the veil. And I whip the veil up. I put it on Raina's head. She kind of side-eyed me for a second. And she was like, almost like I thought you were the bride. And I was
She
like,
asked me, she goes, she's the bride, right? And I was like, don't make a thing of it. And she's holding a towel. That's all she's holding when she comes over to me is a big towel. And she goes, okay, come with me. And I go, I just got a blowout. Am I going to get wet? And she goes, no, it's going to be fine.
oh, right. Yeah, you see the towel. You're like, what's going to happen?
And
she's
she
like,
like,
it's for your
walks me to the back.
pussy.
She's like, I'm going to take care of you. It's fine. Yeah, it's for the floor. Actually, you have to mop it up when you get done. And I go to the back. I see the bartender. I'm like, can I get a shot? And he's like, yeah, can you pay me? I was like, I'll pay you after her. And he gives me a tequila shot.
This is like BTS I didn't know about.
He was like, I can't just give you alcohol. I'll pay you later. I'm going to be on the stage.
You're
Where
like,
am I
I'm clearly
going?
part of this show.
I know.
Do you not see the towel?
You see my outfit?
Yeah.
And then one of the guys took me to the back and explained to me, he's like, so basically he's going to be showering when you get up there and you're going to dry him off. And then you're going to get him dressed. So they walk me through this whole thing and he's like, are you going to be uncomfortable? And I was like, I can't stress you enough how much I get stripped on. And that sounds like a problem that you are in strip clubs. That one, I was like, no, I'm a performer. I'm always on stage getting stripped on. I'm so good at this. And he's like, okay, so we got you. So they lead me up on stage. There is a legit man taking a shower on the stage.
It's so sexy. Like, again, they're just the goats. They do it so well. So yeah, this like hot meathead of a dude is like showering on stage, like being so sexual.
naked.
Yeah, naked.
With a sock, cock
Yeah,
sock.
they don't show dick, obviously. They come close.
They make you touch it, but
Yeah.
they don't.
Okay, so
So he gets out of the shower and I had to like shimmy around the stage. I had to dry him off and then I had to put his underwear on and then I had to put his shirt on and his pants on and he like gave me all these dances. I was up on the stage for like 7 minutes.
yeah, you were really like a part of the show, and
was-
he was so like your type. Like he reminded me of the very first stripper dancer I got for you as a Christmas gift in 2021. Like how it all started. Like he had that vibe about him.
So after it, I was like licking him and stuff. I was
You
like-
guys don't even know. When I looked up, Raina's tongue was on his bicep.
He told me to kiss his biceps. I licked
No,
it.
you kind of ad-lib some.
I filmed a little video with him after. I was like, be honest, it was like the best you've ever had.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're amazing. Maybe we'll put it on the YouTube.
Yeah, we'll put some on you guys. There's going to be assets, obviously, for this whole thing.
It just was really fun. I thank you for letting me have the veil. Honestly, I feel like I lived my dream. That is really the kind of that's what I want to do. I want to
Yeah.
be in the spotlight on stage getting stripped on.
So they brought me up.
Yeah, throughout the show they bring up a lot of people. So you
Yeah.
were part of like 3 other women.
Oh
that got
yeah,
put
it
up there,
wasn't
like-
just you and me.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like plenty of other women that were doing stuff. It really is a lot of crowd participation. They brought me up during their Halloween performance. They did Thriller. They had a Michael Jackson. They had a werewolf. It was a great performance. And they just had me sitting in a chair and just like lightly touched me. So we have videos of both of these. The same guy who Raina showered with, he is lightly massaging my shoulders. He goes, oh, you got a knot right there. Lightly massaging my shoulders. Raina's got her hands in his pants. Like there's 2 different kind of girls.
He has me bent over a chair. He hit my ass so hard. You
Yes.
see it reverberate like 6 times
he
on the
smacked
video.
your ass to me. He's just, oh, you got a little tension back in your
Little knot.
shoulders. Yeah. And they had me sit up there and just kind of danced around me. And it was perfect. It's all I needed. I just don't want to be like thrusted into and thrown around. And you do.
I love it. It was really great. And they were just so wonderful. It was fun. So if you guys happen to be in Vegas, definitely we recommend Chippendales. It was really fun.
Yeah. And it really just got me so excited for our holiday shows because those type of shows, the energy is so electric and you really feel it the second they start in that room. You know, you kind of walk in, you're like, what are we getting into? You know, and it's a nice vibe, but you're like, what is about to happen? And the second it kicks off, you're screaming. You like don't even expect to be. And when we do our shows, we have incredible audiences and you guys are like screaming and cheering and you keep that energy the whole time. And of course, our audience sits and listens when we tell stories. It's not nonstop screaming, but I'm always like, man, our audience has so much like energy for this and it's so hot and we don't get to participate in that. We're on stage, we're the talent. And so we don't go to many shows where we're acting like that. And so to be in the audience, like you lost your voice, you know, like we were just like hollering and going crazy, dancing in the aisles, like the whole time. And there are similarities. Obviously we have male dancers at our shows and we will have them at the holiday shows. And so you guys can expect that, but like, it's not the same thing, but there's a lot of similarities. And it just felt nice to be like, oh, like we provide this type of environment too that is so electric and people are going crazy. And to be on the other side of it, it just got me so excited for our shows.
Oh, well, I'm excited too. Well, you guys, it's just 2 nights only. It's LA Saturday night, December 6th, and New York Saturday, December 13th. You can get those tickets at girlsgoteat.com and we'll see you there. And we're so, so, so excited.
And it just is like such girlhood. Like the other women in that show, we were all in the lobby afterwards and talking to people and you feel really bonded. And that's what we see at our shows, and people make friends and ask a lot, should they come alone? And you absolutely should come alone. No one comes alone and doesn't make friends. And people just always have that type of really girlhood bonding experience. And so
bring your mom, bring your daughter.
Yeah. Grandmother. Remember that grandmother in Minneapolis? I'll never stop talking about her.
Yeah.
Brought me to tears. And then that was only the beginning of the night. So after that, we went to XS, which is a nightclub at the Encore at the Wynn for the Chainsmokers. And it was just incredible. I mean, they didn't start till 1:30 in the morning. We had this table behind the stage. Our friend Megan hooked it up. It was incredible. They lead us back there. We were talking about the hospitality in Vegas, the way you're treated. And obviously when you're like spending money or whatever. But like, I just love it. I don't feel like anyone is that accommodating and hospitable in other cities that are touristy type cities. Like Vegas is the top. And I just feel like everyone is so wonderful. And so they lead us back to our table. It's right behind the stage. And they had the big signs, like letters that said Ashley. I like lost my mind. I couldn't believe it. I was so just fun. Like, I'm not worthy. And so shout out to XS and the Chainsmokers. That's where they always are. You saw them there before too.
Saw them in April. They're always there. I don't know if if it's called a residency or not, but they're just like mostly there. It's just, they're so much fun to see live. It's so wild. And we stayed out till like 3:30.
Yeah.
No drugs.
No drugs.
No drugs.
Just a lot of tequila. That was the most I've drank in a long time.
Yeah, it's the most I've drank in a long time.
And we had the best server, like table server, who was making us these little mini shots, like with grapefruit. And we were just like slamming them back. And I mean,
our shoes off the minute we walked in there. Thank God.
Yes, shoes off.
I've never had blisters like this in my life.
My feet were killing me.
No, thank God that I'm not wearing open-toed shoes for your wedding, because I don't know that I'll be okay by next week.
Oh, were you fucked up?
I am fucked up.
Well, we were supposed to have transportation from dinner to the Chippendales, and we hopped in this limo. They told us we could, and then we got confused. We had to get out of the limo, and so we were like, let's just walk. We got to go. We got to get there. And Raina was like, are you guys kidding?
Were you okay? I was like so physically.
Yeah, my feet really hurt. I hate heels. You know, I'm not good on heels.
I was wearing 7-inch high heels. I thought I was going to throw up. The back of my feet are sliced open. I got blisters on both sides. I got a big bruise on my ankle. Thank God I got nothing open-toed. Everything for your wedding is long. So I have actually, I think, mostly closed-toed shoes. And I don't think anybody's going to see my feet that weekend. I can't decide.
Well, Vegas always wins when it comes to Raina. And Raina in the Vegas airport on a Sunday is such a treat. So I remember one time we went, you were eating pizza at 10 a.m. There's this pizza.
I don't think you were even supposed to see that.
Like, I ran up on you. I was like, oh, pizza, okay. And this was one of my favorite Rainal moments. So we're going through security. We had just seen like a Girls Gotta Eat fan who was like, oh my God, Ashley. We saw a lot of fans in the airport.
Tons of fans.
So Raina gets pulled for a security check. She puts her bag on the belt. she had a little trouble. I was like, put your bag in the belt. Like she had it on her shoulder walking up to go through security. I was like, put it on the belt. So she puts it on the belt and then just stumbles up to go through. They pull her. They're like, you got to go through the big tube, whatever. You got been picked for a random screening. So I walk through normally, and they held her for quite a while. So I'm waiting for her, and I'm like, I guess I got to grab her bags. So I grab her bag and hold it for her, and then everyone crowding around to get their bags, someone goes, whose phone is that? Someone had put their phone loose on the belt. Just raw dog on the belt. Someone's phone popped out. It's rolling down. And people are like, what phone is that? And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, I think that's Raina's phone. No way. She would never. I pick it up and I see her still waiting to go through.
Yells at me from across.
I'm like, is this your phone?
Across the entire security line. Is this your phone? Through the security tube.
And through the X-ray machine.
God damn it.
She's like, it is. And I'm like, oh, you just threw your phone on the belt? Who has ever done
She's
that?
like, stop embarrassing me. I'm at the airport every week. I don't understand how you even did this. I was just so defeated. You were like, put your bag down. I was like, okay.
So then we're getting close to our gate. And Raina's like, I really want some Vegas merch. And so you pop into this little store. I got a water and some snacks, and I check out. You're nowhere to be found. I had to go to the bathroom. So I'm like, she'll figure it out. So I go to the bathroom, and I meet this Girls Gotta Eat listener in the bathroom, and her name's Mackenzie. And I was like, Raina's out there. And I just knew she would tell you I was in the bathroom. So I finally come out of the bathroom, and you're there, and you're standing there.
Mackenzie runs up to me. She's like, hi, oh my God, hi. And I was like, I couldn't, no sound was coming out of my body yesterday. You had to talk to a lot of people for me. And I was like, hi. And she's like, I'm such a fan of the podcast. And I wanted to tell her Ashley's around here somewhere, but I couldn't get the words out. And she goes, Ashley's in the bathroom.
And so literally, as soon as Mackenzie walked out of the bathroom, I was like, she'll tell Raina I was in the bathroom. I just knew she would.
I didn't know where you were. I was like, Mackenzie told me.
Yeah, I was just like, Mackenzie's got this.
I was having a rough day yesterday. Then we landed. We met fans that had just gotten engaged. They're telling us their entire engagement story. I couldn't smile hard enough or talk less. I felt so bad. Both of them were just yapping about their engagement story and if she knew or not and her manicure. And I wanted to be like so happy for these people, and I could not talk.
I had to carry the whole thing. Like I had to carry every fan encounter yesterday.
You're like, wow, Ashley's so nice. Raina is not.
Just stands there and smiles.
I was
okay?
White knuckling that last experience. I was smiling so hard. I was like, this is going on forever. And I can't talk. Do you know how hard it is to listen to people talk and not be able to talk back?
I know. So congrats to them. But it was just a wonderful trip. And my future sister-in-law, my fiance's sister, came. And so that was so amazing. And you guys have met once, maybe. We did like a brunch one time. So I loved having her there and getting to experience that with her. There was this one time where we were at Chippendales and this guy, like, he'd turn around, you could like see his full butt. And I like said out loud, I was like, that looks like my fiance's butt. And Raina goes, oh my God. She was like, Ashley said too much to drink.
You said it right to her. Like, you didn't even say it to me. You said it to his sister.
Little high and tight butt. I said it and she goes, oh my God. And Raina was like, I'm sorry. She's had too much.
Even me. I mean, nothing makes me go like, what the fuck? But when I was like, did I just black out or did
she just laughed? She's so cool. But the way Raina just was like, laughed out loud, it was like, you've had too much to drink. Keep it in the box. Don't tell your fiance's sister what his butt looks like.
Honestly, it's worse than if she had to watch those guys strip on you and touch their dicks and stuff.
Someone picked her up. I was like loving it. She was just down for whatever.
She's so spicy in that pink outfit.
She has like a look about her. Yeah, she's like a very like sexy look about her. So someone just scooped her right up. Love to see it.
I had fun with her.
But I just love Vegas so much. Can't stress
20 hours in Vegas.
Yeah.
I want to like land at 4 p.m. I want to get out of there at 11. Mm-hmm. Just the
and we've become so accustomed to flying from LA, and like I always think it's like 20 minutes, but it is like 40. And once we were in there for like 20 minutes, I'm like, ugh, are we ready to land yet? Like I always want to think it's like just down the street, but it is kind of
it's like 40 minutes.
It's still a legitimate flight.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit of a flight, but I loved it. I was so excited we did it. So bachelorette parties are over.
Yeah. 3 makes Vegas.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do this weekend. You haven't planned my weekend yet.
If you guys are listening, we'll just pass. So you probably would have seen what Raina did, but whatever we go. I'm laying low.
What am I? Ashley, you've planned like so many of my weekends for so many months. Brittany did ask me last night, do I want to go to New York this weekend? And I was like, I can't do it, dude.
No.
I can't do it.
Well, you're going right after the wedding.
I'm dedicating this weekend to finalizing your ceremony. So I want to like run it and make it like really perfect. So I have declined to go to New York.
Yeah, this is just completely like lay low weekend and I've said this before. I was never on like a weight loss mission or anything. Or, like I just am happy with my body and this is what it is. And but like when I got my dress, when I had to take it to alterations to get it hemmed, they, in so many words, were like, "You can't gain a pound, sis." And I was like, all right, so I'm just gonna be like eating clean. And
I mean, I'm a little worried about the outfits we got for the Indian ceremony on Friday because there's no give in mine. There's no elastic around that waist or around the bust at all. And we got measured a month ago.
Yeah, like I haven't gained weight, but what's on my mind is just Saturday is the end of the festivities. So I've been out doing stuff Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I do be getting bloated. I know. I'm a little worried. This isn't like I'm too fat for my dress or anything. I'm just like, there's a little bit of a concern because it won't button.
I know. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. So anyway, this weekend I will be laying low and not eating. Just kidding. No, I'll eat. A lot of protein, low carb.
No, listen, I do actually want to talk about the outfit situation. Speaking of outfits in Vegas. So we had to go to the mall. We were in Vegas because Megan wasn't sure what to wear and she wanted like a sparkly dress. We walked into the store and this guy starts talking to us. He's such a great salesman. And he picked out this outfit for her that was like, I don't know how to describe it.
It was just like a corset top with a matching ruched mini skirt, faux leather.
The tightest skirt.
Oh, it was a skin tight outfit.
Could not breathe in it, skin tight. And he's like, I actually have this in all these colors. He's like, I got this white. And so he's like, it looks perfect on you. So you try it on. You and Megan are both very tall and thin. And
he was like, you're not even gonna believe this. We have one in white and it's a mistake. We weren't even supposed to get this in white. He was like, look at her. She's bridal. You have to wear this. You have to wear this. And I'm like, oh my God, I guess I have to wear this. So I'm like, I'll try on the white.
And he's like, you're never gonna believe this. I have 5 colors. We can all do. And for some reason, Megan like misunderstood what the price of this whole outfit was. She thought it was like $50. And she's so generous. And she's like, I'll get them for everyone. My treat for the weekend. My gift to Ashley. We'll all wear the same outfit. And I was like, I knew it wasn't gonna look good on me. I know the cuts that look good on my body. And I am really proud of my body. I think I look great. I'm so confident. I think I look great. But I knew that thing was not going to look good on my body. It is a leather, ruched, skin tight. It hit me right at the back of my thighs. It like buckled all the cellulite on the back of my thighs. I could barely
you look
walk.
Great in it.
And my knees were all wrinkly right under the hem. And I got my period the day before. I was so bloated. So I had a little fupa at the top. Like, it's just, I think I look great. There's some cuts I would never wear. I just wouldn't pick them out. You need like longer, thinner legs for that type of outfit. And so I put it on and I was like, I looked like a sausage casing.
No, first of all, no, you didn't.
Yes,
but
I did.
The length, it was not a mini skirt on you. It was more of a midi vibe. It was more of a pencil skirt vibe on you.
Yeah, so I was bloated. So I had like my fupa at the top. It was not good. And I really was trying to play ball because it's your weekend. And you were like, wouldn't it be cute if we all wore these? And I was in the dressing room pouting so hard. I was just like, I saw the rest of my night ahead of me, just like being so mad and so uncomfortable. But I'm like, it's her weekend and I want to play ball. If everybody wants to wear these outfits, like I am going to do it, even though I'm so physically uncomfortable in this. And then we saw the outfits for like $500. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, we thought they were like $50. And we were like, wouldn't this be so cute? And of course, I'm not going to force anyone to wear anything they're uncomfortable in. But like, it was just like would have been like such a funny moment, such a fun photo op. And then we saw the price and then we are like, the sales guy had like, he's incredible and he had done such a good job and he was so fun to be around. And so we're huddled up in the dressing room like, what are we going to tell him? And he was out there like, everything okay, ladies? Basically like, I'm about to make that commission on $2,000. They were $400 outfits, 5 of them. So it was $2,000, clearly working on commission the way he was hustling us. And so we're like, we can't buy these. This is not a joke anymore. The
way my day brightened up when I realized how much money those cost.
I know.
Because you two looked great and I really would have done it, but there's just certain cuts that I don't care about. So
well, I actually would have still worn it and obviously not expected anyone else. Like maybe Megan and I just would have matched. And in the dressing room, I was like, it feels a little cheap. Like the vibe it feels not quality. Like, so I was like, but you know, if it's $50 total for the outfit, fine. Yeah, this is fine.
We'll go to dinner.
And then when they were like, the top alone is $250, I was like, this thing? Say what?
Audacity.
So anyway, Megan still bought hers and she looked phenomenal. And I'm glad we gave that guy some business because he was great.
Yeah.
But that was our shopping excursion. And then right after that, Raina spots this sparkly dress in the store for $60 and you bought it and you never looked better.
I loved it. I love that dress.
Yeah, it was
I love
really
that dress.
fun.
And I looked like one of the performers for Chippendales.
Yeah.
I had these sparkly shoes, a sparkly bag. I just loved it. I love Vegas.
All right, that's the Vegas tea. Let's just take a quick break and thank our partners.
Okay. This podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and exceed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing your own growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create beautiful websites, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time all in one place, all on your terms. So Ashley and I have used Squarespace for the Girls Gotta Eat website since day one. We bought the domain from them. We built the website on Squarespace. I've used it for my personal website for years. You use it for your personal website. Yep. And I just love it. It is so easy to use. It's so user-friendly. It makes your business look so beautiful and professional. And I think a lot of people are a little nervous in terms of building a website because they're just like, how will I figure this out? And there's tons of templates you guys can choose from. And really, you can just plug and play your own copy or photos, and there's a lot of like AI design intelligence that's going to help you do that and make your strongest creative potential for the website. They also have Squarespace payments, so it's a super easy way to manage your payments in one place with them. You can connect all your social accounts. So obviously when you go to our website, you'll be able to link out. You can see like every Instagram post that we do on there. You can sell content. They have SEO tools for you as well. So when you go to the Girls Gotta Eat site, everything is managed through there. So our merch, all of our past episodes, we have all of our partners in there. Catalogs of every single thing that we've ever done really is there. And it's so easy. It's just in one space. So you guys can head to squarespace.com/GGE for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use GGE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
Yes, we love it. Like Raina said, it's like the only thing we've ever used.
Yeah.
Can't recommend it enough. Nothing else even matters. Okay, and this episode is also brought to you by Saks Fifth Avenue. All right, maybe this will be the last week I'll share a wedding dress, then I'll move on to something else when we talk about Saks. But every week I like to pull up and talk about, something that I hope someone wears to my wedding. And I just wanted to mention, like, Saks is so easy to shop. I'm literally looking at women's wedding guest attire dresses. Like, category, I'm going to a wedding, here's what I should wear. Raina, there's that Alice and Olivia floral dress you're looking at. Raina loves this Alice and Olivia floral maxi dress. You have everything from Reformation to ALC to Lila Rose, Veronica Beard.
And they also just have stuff for every day. If you want athleisure, go to the airport. If you want gifts, obviously the holidays are coming up. They just have so much stuff that obviously you just don't see on like every single website too. So you're not doubling up on stuff that everybody's gifting or buying for themselves.
Yeah, you could get everything for all of the people on your holiday list. I mean, not just clothes, of course. They have everything for men, for kids, for home.
First birthdays.
Amazing. Yeah, first birthdays. If you have a first birthday party that they registered for, maybe some little designer sneakers for a 1-year-old. We just love it so much. And like Raina said, you do find stuff that you just haven't seen elsewhere. You can find stuff for date nights, work, vacations, or just lounging at home, working out, going to work. We're just such fans of it. And you guys can also do in-store styling, and you can check out how they've styled stuff and work with an online stylist as well. So if you don't know where to start, how to style something, or look for different ways that you want to dress your fall fashion, that's a great place to go. So we really love it. So if you guys are like us and you're in your fashion era, or you have a big event going up and you want something to wear, check out Saks. Shopping should be fun and easy. You guys can head to Saks Fifth Avenue or Saks.com for inspiring ways to elevate your personal style every day. Okay, so we have such a fun topic today.
What are we talking about? Like, how do you categorize it?
Dating uggos.
No. Dating brocos.
No.
It's just dating what you like wouldn't normally go after, I think. Changing your standards.
Uggos versus broke boys. Working title. No. So we are going to talk about the dating trend of shrekking, which basically means going after less conventionally attractive guys in the hopes that they will treat you better. And we're going to get into it and discuss it on a few different levels and provide some nuance and talk about some polls we put on our Instagram today. But before that, we want to read this email, which sort of ties in, but I just found it really interesting. And I think this email is so relevant to Girls Gotta Eat, for one. And then we'll kind of get into more of the shrekking. So yeah. Okay, so the subject line is, would you break up with a bad cook? So she writes, I have a question that's been on my mind for over a year. Would you break up with a guy who's a bad cook? It's so much deeper than that.
It's
though.
so, I'm surprised she titled it that.
yeah, me
Because at
too.
first I was like, bitch, what?
I know. Okay. Exactly. Okay. She writes, I love food. It's so important to me. It's not my career, but my parents taught me from a young age that although we didn't have much money, good food was a requirement. I'm in my 30s and have an office job now, but I've worked as a cook, server, and culinary instructor for years. Good food is a part of a good life. It's like you kind of, where it's like not what you're doing now, but you've like worked in the industry.
She is me.
Yeah, exactly. So she said, that's not the case for my boyfriend. He loves me and is committed to making this work, but is a terrible cook. We've dated for over 2 years and lived together, but he doesn't seem to get it. He hates going out to eat. He doesn't seem to understand why we would pay for food when we have it at home. When he cooks at home, he commits to the worst cooking sins. He will put moldy, sour-smelling veggies in a skillet, crack a few eggs directly into the unheated pan, shell pieces too, and call it dinner. I don't need meals to be perfect or Michelin star, but he doesn't even know how to do baseline things. I could teach him, but I'm in my mid-30s and just tired. And while I love cooking, I can't do it every night. I would just like to be able to rely on my man to cook me dinner without having to worry. I wouldn't mind if he got takeout, but he doesn't even do that. To him, food is fuel and nothing else. To me, it's sacred. Any advice or jokes, welcome.
I mean, to me, I guess anything would be a deal breaker if you feel like it is. If food is your whole life, if going out to eat, if traveling to go on food adventures, like if that's your whole life, which it is for a lot of people, it would be tough. But like, does he check the box for everything? Does he treat you well? Does he make you feel special? Does he excite you? Is the sex good? Is he honest and trustworthy? All these things. I mean, I am this girl. Like, food has been my whole life. Every holiday or family event revolves around food. My mom cooked dinner every night. I couldn't wait to see what she made. I went to culinary school. I worked in restaurants my whole life. Like, food's like very, very important to me. And it would be tough for me day to day to be with somebody that's just like food is fuel. Like that's a specific type of person. And I don't want to feel judged because this is how I spend my money. This is how I spend my time. I went on a date with 3 dates with that guy last year and he told me he ate Chipotle every day.
Chipotle boys.
Chipotle boys. And he told me he ate Chipotle 7 days a week for lunch. And I was like, what do you do for dinner? And he's like, macros are really important to me, certain type of lifestyle. Like he didn't really care about going out to eat. It was just like, I cook the same like boiled chicken and rice every day. It's a huge deficit for me in a relationship.
Yeah, this email felt so egregious to me. I like questioned if it was real. Like I'm not saying she's lying, of course, but I was like, this is like one strike too many with the not caring about food and restaurants, but also saying we can cook at home, but also not being a good cook and also not wanting to do takeout. Like I guess it is his personality. He's like anti good food, or he just literally doesn't care. It's like truly, like she said, it's just fuel. He's only eat to live type of person. But it is honestly such a deal breaker for me. I couldn't do it. Like you can have one of those red flags, but not both. You know, like I read this to my fiance and we talked about it. And I was thinking of some different guys I know. My fiance, for one, loves to cook and try new things, and he's an incredible cook, but he also really likes to go out to eat. He's also just kind of down for whatever. I think more about like my brother and Rob. I remember when I first started hanging out with Rob, one of my best guy friend, Raina's good friend now too. He was like, I don't know, I just like don't like to go out to restaurants that much. I like love to cook. He was a phenomenal cook. And I was like, really? I just love going out to eat, you know? And he was like, I don't know, I got this big house and I cook all the time. So this is someone that's like, doesn't want to do the restaurants and is kind of like, we have food at home, but the food at home is bomb too. And also now Rob, I feel like goes out a lot more. And my brother too.
Also, cooking together is a really special, important thing that you can share with somebody. And I could forego going out to restaurants with somebody if that's what we shared together at home.
But then I'm thinking about it, like I do think people that love food just love food. They like to cook at home and they like to go out to eat. Like it's just exciting to them. But I couldn't deal with both. There's no way in hell. And I think food is so much more important to me than I ever realized. I don't know. It's just a huge part of my relationship, and it like will be forever. We tell each other what we have for lunch, then we cook dinner together, or we go out to eat, we get excited, we have a list of restaurants we want to try. He sees something on TikTok and wants to make it. Like we are a food couple. And I guess I was thinking of comparable passions, like fitness, I guess. Like I think there are certainly people that the fitness is so important to them. They really couldn't be with someone who didn't value it. And I get that 100%. Outdoorsy stuff, camping, hiking, whatever that type of thing is. Food feels a little different because you got to eat. It's like, it's this part of life that we all share. And it's okay if you're not interested in it. But if you are really interested in it, I don't see how she could be with this guy. But if everything else is great and you can get past it, then fine. But she's not wrong for asking this question.
I mean, food is probably my number one hobby. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of going out to eat, like on my phone, I have a list of restaurants in New York I want to go to and restaurants in LA I want to go to. I have a list of food travel destinations I want to go to. Like, this is the number one thing I spend my money on.
Yeah.
Like, it is my, to your point, my outdoor activity kind of thing or my exercise kind of thing. Food is the thing for me. So,
Yeah.
a person that just was like, we don't need this, it's silly, also would probably shame me for how I spent my money and my time and would
Yeah.
think that it was kind of superfluous. And I don't know, it's a bummer. And I've always said I could be with somebody who didn't understand food, but was still excited about food.
Yeah.
Like, I have a deep knowledge of the restaurant industry
Yeah.
and chefs. I was rattling off all kinds of crazy stuff on the way over here.
Yeah.
And I don't need you to be like that, but if you're like down to like go to Queens with me and have Indonesian food, like I want you to want to do that shit and you're excited that I can take you on that journey.
She says, I wouldn't mind if he got takeout, but he doesn't even do that. Here, there's a whole nother layer of it too, that she sounds like she's got her shit together and she just wants him to take care of her sometimes and take care of dinner sometimes. And that's, we get into like love language territory and what someone's doing to provide for you and the relationship.
It is really so interesting. You really are at such an impasse with somebody when
Yeah.
when you're like, what's important to me is that at the end of the day, you work with me to figure out how we're going to eat. And they're
Yeah.
like, I don't care about eating.
You-
Like,
The fact that this guy's like, we have food at home. It's like, is the food in the room with us? Is it the old veggies with the eggshells?
is it edible?
Is it edible? That's so funny. We have food at home. Yeah, is it edible?
Like, you're asking somebody to compromise with you on something that they fundamentally do not care about. Like,
Yeah.
that's tough. And like, you know what thing I never had seen on TV before was Love is Blind UK season 2. That couple goes grocery shopping together. And she was like, I like to have snacks in the house, like cheese and cookies. And he was like, I would never, ever have stuff like that in the house. I've never seen a couple have that type of conversation on like a dating reality show.
Yeah.
Like, you're just fundamentally misaligned with what you put in your body 3 times a day.
That was so interesting. We never really broke that down. And she had some eating disorder issues. So she was triggered by him saying, like, oh, you want cake? Which I do understand also as someone who fucking loves cake. But they were just mismatched in that way. And I think they worked through it eventually and they obviously didn't work out. But like they had like a real moment in the grocery store on like, we are not the same. And listen, if this guy is a great partner in all these other ways and she wants to stay with him, she needs to remove the food from the relationship and do all the food stuff with her friends, with whoever else matters in her life, because he's never going to get there, I don't think, and just make it stop mattering and forge ahead. But she is certainly not wrong for asking us if this is a deal breaker. Like, I was just thinking about how important it is. And again, I don't have Raina's track record with food, but like I'm in a group chat with my fiance, my brother, and my sister-in-law about food, about what we cook every night. Like it's all food pics. Matt sent this bolognese last night. It's just really like, it's such a huge part of my life that goes without saying.
I'm trying to like wrap my head around
I
a person
know.
that does not care about food. They don't want to order food. They don't want to cook food. They don't want to go out to eat. Like, I can't. It is like me dating somebody that like wants to go on like long bike rides every day and I can't ride a bike.
Yeah, I mean, we know a couple guys that will not date women that don't ride bikes.
I'm out.
And that's okay.
Even people that I know that do not care about food. So like, okay, so our former videographer, he's videoing your wedding this weekend, big outdoor person. He is like the most like, Raina, I eat Taco Bell 7 days a week. Like, he's the most that kind of person I've ever met. But like, we took him to this amazing sushi restaurant for his birthday last year. And he said it was like even his mom texted me like about how special that was to him. And he was like, that was one of the best meals of my life. Like he
Can appreciate
he
it.
appreciates it. I was in Chicago last week and I was like, you would have laughed at me. I went to this fast food restaurant, went to Nando's, and I was like, I could have the world at my fingertips. And he was like, I'm judging you for this. Like even that person
Yeah.
who like does not care is like, I'm excited by it.
She's not going to change him, this guy, but is he being stubborn and not willing to try? You know what I mean? Like, there's just things when you start to be in a relationship with someone that they're passionate about that you don't really care about, that you at least express some interest and try a little bit because it's meaningful to them.
You know what? I just like, I don't know what I would do. I was like sort of interested in somebody for 30 seconds who really likes golf and tennis and skiing. And I was like, What?
The trifecta.
What would we do?
Trifecta of stuff I can't do.
He doesn't go camping, but like, and he likes fancy stuff. But like, what would I do?
I don't know.
I don't know how to do any of those things.
Yeah, exactly. Like you need to be with a food person. It's when I think about growing old with someone, I'm like, that's what's going to keep things interesting in 50 years is what are we going to whip up for dinner?
Like you can't ride a bike anymore.
you
You'll
can't
die.
ski or golf or play tennis. Not that I ever could.
Food to me is like it's comparable to like a zest for life. So like,
Yeah.
can this guy fuck?
I know.
I really
Can you-
want to know.
Hey, sis, can you let us know if he can fuck? Dying to know. He definitely does not eat pussy. He's like, I hate to eat.
He's like, well, he does like say he likes stuff that tastes weird.
That's his only thing he likes to eat. If he's passionate about eating pussy, we can work with it. That's his favorite meal of the day.
But she wants to. Is it a deal breaker? I don't know. Is this how you want to spend all of your time and all of your money? Then maybe.
Yeah, it absolutely could be. So keep us posted. I'd feel like it's often on this podcast is break up with him, but not always. I do think we want
I
to
feel
provide.
like we have nuanced advice about this stuff all the time.
we need more information. So send pics.
How much money does he make?
No, what does he look like?
Yeah, how tall is he?
So, which brings us to Shrekking. Is he an Uggo? Okay, so Shrekking, the term came out more in the summer, August, and it's been covered, but we just wanted to talk about it, and it really is like dating down. I like this New York Post article. They said Shrekking is dating down and settling for ugly partners, but it may just ruin your love life. Experts warn. So basically, it comes from Shrek, which Princess Fiona dates down and ends up with this ogre, and the reason behind it is that they'll treat you better.
Because you're out of their league.
Yeah.
So that they'll try harder, they'll show up more, and they'll be better to you because they are aware that you're out of their league. However, let me ask you a question. Do you think that ugly men look in the mirror and think that they're ugly? Because okay. Like, this is assuming that they know that they're ugly. And nothing is more common than a man who just thinks that they're the best when they are so mediocre. Like,
True.
I don't know that men look in the mirror and think that, like, they are so ugly.
Well, it just depends. I think there are a lot of delusional men out there.
Yeah.
And then, I do feel like, I think there's a lot of people, men and women, who are like, I know I'm not attractive just based on the way I'm treated, or I don't know, which is like a sad thing. But yeah.
They know that I'm pretty privileged.
Yeah.
I think that there's like men that are like, I'm short, but I'm tall standing on my money. And there's like, I might be ugly, but like, who cares? Because I have like friends and access and money and a career and all this other stuff.
Yeah. And I want to start this by saying this conversation is going to feel really
Mean.
shallow, but we can't deny that.
It's two people that used to be ugly.
As two people that were Shreked, as a woman that was just the last girl in the bar at 3 a.m. and would fuck guys way out of her league and actually thought she was going to get a call back, I'm allowed to talk about this.
As a girl who had bad teeth, no eyebrows, I was always bloated. As a girl who really... Listen, I was a strong 5, but I was out kicking my coverage every
God.
night. The things I took home.
Wait, I got to tell you, this one time I hooked up with this guy and I brought him back to my place again. It was just like a drag back at like at last call. And we go home and like he was so cool. We had like we hooked up, whatever. We had a funny rapport. I remember the next morning we woke up, it was like Super Bowl Sunday. I remember joking around with him in the morning. He was so nice to me, but he was so much more attractive than me. I was like, I'm in love with him.
Obviously.
Clearly. I had Dewey. He was like so cute to Dewey, whatever. I remember going to work and when I worked at this PR agency, then following Monday, and I knew he went to the same college as a girlfriend of mine. And so I asked her about him. I said his full name. She goes, really? Really? Turns out he was like from this rich family. Like when I tell you he was a fucking 12.
That tone is so insulting. Fucking miss me with that tone. It's crazy.
No, but I think
She said 1,000 words with that, really.
She was not wrong. Whatever, I figured it out. I'm not, I look better now. I'm not saying I'm like the hottest woman in the world, but I knew, but I was like, but I am funny and cool. And maybe, maybe not.
Maybe you'll date me for my personality.
So we just want to explain why we're authorized to speak on this. But and also, can I just say that, like, as someone who spent 15 years in the South, Like the South invented Shrekking. Like the whole South is beautiful women with the most poorly dressed.
Try to find a chin on a man in the South, okay? Their faces just go straight into their necks.
And like, I'm not saying the women are like gold diggers. I mean, some of them are, but you just see it a lot. You see so many mismatched couples in the South. Like it, and a lot of it is like regional hair and clothing and just what is considered a good look. Like I got to Clemson and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I cannot believe the way these guys look. Like I am so dried up from like this look. And I'm like, you're telling me that guy's a hot commodity. And I was like, I'm going straight athletes for the rest of the 4 years. Like I was like, these white fraternity guys are so not for me in the way that they looked. And they would be with like the most beautiful women on the campus. And this is like kind of an
khakis,
aside.
belt, button-down shirt, same haircut.
The floppy hair and the outfits and the flip-flops and just the overall vibes and like has never lifted a weight. I mean, some of them, you know, the Pikes were lifting weights, but the Sigma News were not.
Not in Indiana. Including Indiana, I think I slept with half of Sigma Nu. If you went to Sigma Nu between the years of 2004 to 2008, the chances are I slept with you.
So we want to get into it, but I just have to read a couple of these quotes of the dangers of Shrekking, which I thought was very funny. So Amy Chan, who we have had on the podcast multiple times, we re-released her incredible breakup boot camp episode, a month or two ago at this point. She writes, in this plot line, you're dating an ogre without the princess treatment. Plenty of people have put looks lower on the list or hoped attraction would grow over time. And that in itself isn't a bad thing, she explained. But when it backfires is when someone assumes that just because they're dating down in looks, they'll automatically be treated better. And then another quote from the article said, this new phrase highlights a major problem in modern dating, the implication that daters can know how someone will treat them based on looks alone. And in reality, those two are not linked. And that's what we heard from our audience. And like, you can't assume this, not even close.
So we polled our audience about this, and almost like 100% across the board, there's no correlation between the way somebody looks and how they're going to treat you. And a lot of people actually said that like people have a chip on their shoulder from kind of growing up and probably not being treated as well as people around them. A nice person's going to treat you well, no matter what they look like. So there's no correlation between what somebody looks like. And I don't know. I mean, I'm sure nobody would outright tell a person I'm dating you because you're less good looking than me and I want you to prioritize me. But I don't know if that's the vibe. I could also see somebody being like, I know what you're here for.
Yeah. I mean, if you tend to be attracted to men who are not conventionally attractive, you are fishing out of a different pond. So your odds would be better. I would never encourage people to seek out partners they aren't attracted to. I think we all want to be attracted to our partners. But I'm saying, like, we talk about this with the height thing. Like, there's a small pool of men that are considered the most desirable, and a disproportionate amount of women are going after them, and that causes them to know that they can behave badly, sometimes, not all of them. And so there's that. So it's just like, I understand the sentiment of like, let me just not go for the hottest guy.
I understand on a more serious note where this comes from. I think people are just exhausted. I think women are just like, you know, I know my worth. I have worked hard. I have a great career and a great life, and I deserve the best. And they've gone out after the best. And to your point, they're shopping in the same pool as everybody else. It's, you know, looking for a man in finance, 6'5", trust fund, blue eyes. Like, you're shopping for 1% of the population. So I understand people being like, okay, if I could forego one of my standards, the way somebody looks is something that you could compromise on, and having somebody who is shorter, not conventionally good looking, is a thing that you can I do think people should compromise. I don't think that you get every single thing that you want all the time.
Totally.
Even if you are the best of the best of the best. I mean, you just have to accept being alone forever if that's what you want, the 1% of people. You know, you'd be shopping for a long time.
Well,
you know,
if you're in the 1% yourself.
Yeah. I understand being like, I know my worth and that's what I want, but I don't know if this is the only goal is like find an ugly person because they'll treat me better.
Yeah.
Those don't correlate.
Yeah. I mean, I also think there's something to be said for, I have always gone after this very specific look. For example, I've always gone after this very waspy white guy, and maybe I'll try something different. Why not? Try someone who's had a different life experience, someone who has a different racial background. Like, I think you should date all different types of people to see what you like. And I don't mean this is like find out which race you like the most, clearly, but just someone who is different than that prototype, stereotype you've been dating. There's certainly no harm in that.
I also attractiveness can grow on me a little bit.
Totally.
I do want to be initially attracted to somebody, but the best sex of my life is not the best looking person in the room. He's a decently looking guy, but like the sex was so amazing and I loved him so much. And so it was better and I found him more attractive because of that. Like he grew on me. I didn't walk up to the best looking guy in the room and pick him. I picked somebody that fulfilled a lot of different criteria, but probably was not the best looking guy I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think that's our overall take. Like, if you want to date the hottest man alive, that's your choice, but do it at your own risk. But when it comes to like less attractive dudes, the advice is not to seek them out because you think they'll treat you better. Overall, just like don't discount someone because of their looks. Like find someone you like, you're excited about, who treats you well, and see where it goes. And like you said, like a lot of cases, like attraction can grow. And also looks are subjective. Like someone's ugly could be you're ugly hot, which is the thing, which they never say about women, by the way. Guys get to be ugly hot.
No.
While we're here.
We get butterface. That's what we get.
But look at Benny Blanco, a guy who he jokes about being ugly himself, and he's with Selena fucking Gomez.
Yeah, and she couldn't be happier.
Yeah, and he is America's sweetheart. He's husband goals. Like he feels like the case for Shrekking in the positive.
I think just in general, the least important thing is how somebody looks. I don't want to date somebody who how they look is their whole personality in either direction, that they have a chip on their shoulder for how they look or that they're like, I'm so hot and everybody knows it. Like, I just think, like we said before, like good people will treat you well.
Well, let's read some of our responses. So we like kind of were joking about putting up these questions on our Instagram, and I was like, these are the conversations women are having privately with their friends. Of course, we're going to talk about this stuff. And so we put these up, and Raina can read them.
A lot of them, by the way, a lot of people said like they get a big head about it.
Well, so the thing about the chip on their shoulder, before we get into this, I do want to say that. I mean, a lot of people are bullied in school growing up. I got made fun of for the way I looked, like by guys, you know, not by really necessarily by other girls, really. Like I felt like boys did not like me, you know, and it didn't manifest into hating men. You know, I think that anyone who's been taunted or mistreated by the opposite sex may have a chip on their shoulder. I just think you do see this more with men. I mean, you see some men who could never get girls growing up, and then maybe they do because they start making money or they do change their appearance, whatever it is, and they do end up being a fuckboy or disrespectful or just cheaters because they now can get girls and they don't want to miss any opportunities. Where guys who never had a problem, they're not desperate for female attention and validation, so they're not going to mistreat a partner because of it. I've seen it with guys who, for whatever reason, never got girls, and then they started to, and they can be the worst.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a hot take, but the way that you look growing up has so much to do with the way you
100%.
interact with the world, and it has so much to do with the way the world interacts with you. And it's the opposite end of the spectrum of pretty privilege, where you see people that grew up so good looking and like every door was just opened for them all the time. It's sort of the opposite. People that like walked into a room and always knew that they were less attractive than their friends, the people around them, the girls didn't pick them, you know, like I understand having a chip on your shoulder, and then when you start to get the attention, you don't know what to do with it and you act poorly.
Yeah, and that's certainly not the case. Like, I wouldn't want to be with a guy that was the prom king. Like, I like people that have faced a little adversity. Like, I wasn't that girl growing up, you know? Yeah. So you hope that you're stable enough to realize, like, yeah, I got teased when I was a kid, and now I'm a normal person in the world, and I don't need to take out my middle school trauma on these women. But it happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just really quick, let's go through the polls. So Raina just opened these slides, no context. Guys with less money are better in bed. So can broke boys fuck better?
I really thought about writing true or false.
As it stands, 55% said true. And this is thousands of people, by the way. 45% said false. And then the next slide was less attractive guys will treat you better. 53% said true, 47 false. And these I mean, have not been up that long, but they'll probably stay in this same range.
It's been about 50% the whole time, and
Yeah.
we're at about 5,000 responses.
And then we asked thoughts on the previous polls.
My favorite, the person I was treated the worst by was also the person I was least attracted to.
It's a
We
lot
got
of
a lot of
that.
that.
Well, and then a lot of it, like when you do take a chance on an uggo, they get too confident.
That's what they're saying. They get a little cocky about it. You think ugly guys will treat you better, but they dog you just the same. Less attractive men are insecure.
There's the uggo ego epidemic where twos think they deserve tens because their mom said so.
The ugliest man I ever dated was the only one that ever cheated on me.
Less attractive men are insecure and they'll take it out on you, but I worry less about them cheating. But here's the thing, like they're not getting as many opportunities, but if they do, they take it.
So this is sort of really interesting. I read about this in Sheryl Sandberg's book about the way that women interview and the way that men interview. And women, if they're not like totally qualified for a position, they're just like, but I work hard and I learn fast and I'm up for the chat. Like women will sell you. They'll tell you why they're not ready for the position, but they'll sell you on like that they could.
That
sort
they
of-
will, yeah.
Men will never tell you that they're not ready. They're just like, I can do it. Yes, I will crush this. So like ugly guys get an opportunity and they're just like, I
Yeah.
deserve it. I
Yeah.
must deserve it. I'm not in this league, but I must deserve her.
Yeah. But also, there is something to be said for confidence. We like confident guys. We don't like egomaniacs, but we want confident guys. No confident woman likes the guy that's like, I'm so ugly. Please take a chance on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there is a spectrum, but it's just like the confidence is not a bad thing. It's if you are really batting out of your league, why not?
Yeah.
Why, like in life, in anything?
Yeah.
Like reach for the stars.
Reach for a 10.
What is it? Reach for the moon. You might land among stars. Shoot for the moon.
Shoot for the moon.
Okay.
There's a lot of comments in here about me. Did Raina meet a 3 and is just justifying her love? I actually have only dated men better looking than me.
Oh
This
my
is the
God.
opposite of what I do.
Someone writes, "Oh, it's so hard." So I think overall, yes, but it's also like there are hot, good guys, 100%.
Oh,
But you need to look back on the life they've lived.
My ugliest boyfriend was the worst person. Ugly guys could be perks too.
Someone wrote, could not disagree more. I'm so sorry. Ugly men are what give women trauma. It's a tough day for uggos. They're with a baddie. They start acting a fool. Raina is on one today.
Is Raina drunk?
Okay, so let's go into the money thing.
Let's talk about brocos.
Someone wrote, futon dick is a thing.
It took me a second because I was like, what do you mean? Guys that live on futons.
Yeah, live on them. The guys I've dated in the past with less money had big dicks. There's like a stereotype of broke guys fuck you like they need a place to stay.
Yeah.
We're not talking about like people without unhoused. But if you are,
Episode's so stupid.
if you are looking for someone that is unhoused and hot, it is LA is the spot.
You can't ever tell though. Everybody in Venice looks unhoused.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Dumb guys are animals in bed. We didn't even talk about dumb guys.
Dumb guys will fuck you.
Let's add
like
dumb-
they have no mother. They rather than dumber. No.
Wait, let's bring dumb guys into this episode. Dumb, broke, or ugly. Let's talk about it.
I meant to ask people if you had to compromise on one thing, what would you? Stupid, broke, or ugly?
Well, I don't need your money.
I would take broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than the other guy.
I can't.
Life is long. I need somebody who's smart and hot.
I don't know. I just don't know that I want to be. I've always said I want a guy that I think is hot and no one else does, and that's a lie. It's not true. And I want a guy that people think is good looking, and I want people to tell me that, and I do not want people talking behind my back. Ashley's man is so ugly. What I don't
They can
want,
call him broke, but Ashley's man is so broke.
call him dumb, call him broke, but don't call him ugly. No, he's none of the three. But I don't want the surprise. You know, there's nothing worse
Surprise
than
broke?
someone meeting your man and being like, he's hot. There's nothing worse than that surprise energy.
Dude, people do that? That's crazy.
We've talked about this before. Like when you're dating someone that someone thinks is out of your league, they're like, he is really hot. Like they're surprised. Like I think my fiance and I think we look like well matched.
Broke, I don't care. You could be broke.
Someone wrote broke equals no confidence in bed. Ugly equals extremely nice in and out of bed. I think that's wrong.
Yeah, we think that that's wrong.
Someone said, this feels deeply personal. Maybe Raina had an experience with a poor, ugly dude recently.
I had an experience with a rich hot guy recently, and he's a monster.
You heard it here first. Someone wrote, this is rage bait. I'm dead.
Kind of.
Someone wrote chaotic. I had to double check what page I was on.
I'd really just be throwing stuff up there.
I fucked ugly, hot, rich, poor. At the end of the day, it's all about how they were raised. I think that's fair. I mean, that's the thing. It's who someone is. This is a funny, shallow episode, and you knew that coming in.
This feels like your guys' fault for clicking on the title.
Okay, we're just going to continue the conversation, but first, just going to talk about our remaining partners. I am telling you guys about Nutrafol. If you are experiencing any issues with your hair at all, maybe you feel like it has just changed as you age, or maybe you had some sort of event where your hair just was thinning, shedding more than normal, and you really just want to get it back to where it was, or you just like your hair and you just want it to be better, I really encourage you to check out Nutrafol. I've used it for the past, I don't even know how many years, and I really rely on it. I take my 4 pills daily of the women's formula, and they really have a proactive approach to target the root causes of whatever could be going on with your hair. It is truly the absolute best. It is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. So we just love it. There are different formulas. You're going to just get on there and see which one is a fit for you. Women's vegan, women's balance, postpartum. And it's so easy to add it into your daily routine. You purchase online, no prescription required, automated deliveries, free shipping. And we're just such fans of it. You guys can see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code GGE10. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code GGE10. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code GGE10.
And Winx Health is the sexual health brand making all the, I don't want to deal with this stuff actually easy. No shame, no spiraling, just real solutions that put you in control. The Restart Morning After Pill is legal in all 50 states and available to anyone of any age. Same active ingredients and effectiveness as Plan B for UTIs, yeast infections, and BV. Winx Health at-home test and treat kits tell you what the fuck is going on down there and can get you prescription treatment the same day without stepping into the waiting room. As somebody who's needed care for UTIs,
All of
and
it for you lately.
UTIs, emergency contraception, pregnancy
Well,
tests.
my BV summer.
Yeah.
We talked about summer 05.
It can feel a little uncomfortable to go to the store to get that stuff.
Yeah.
It shouldn't, but obviously it does. And finding access to it is more important to me now than ever.
We love this brand.
Yes.
We've heard a lot about it and we've had experience with it. And so we're just big fans. We're glad they're a partner.
Yeah. Winx Health is 100% women-owned, OBGYN approved, and you can find Winx nationwide at Walgreens or delivered in 30 minutes via GoPuff, DoorDash, or Instacart. So lots of places to get it, lots of options on their site, which we love. You guys can head to hellowinx.com/GGE for 50% off Winx at Walgreens. That's hellowinx.com/GGE for 50% off.
Okay, we're back, Raina. I got to say, one of these says, this story is hilarious because there's no context and a very plain background, like a thought asked in the group chat. Like literally, that's how you posted this.
And there's like episode promo up too. And then I was like, hey, would you guys fuck a broke guy?
Is Raina drunk? So like really our audience is like, someone just wrote unhinged. So we did want to talk about this in a little bit more serious context too. This is something that we have discussed when it comes to should you quote unquote settle? I don't know. Don't we all settle down? But isn't that the word?
But we all settle at some point. I mean, that email of that girl saying, I have this partner, he's great in other ways, but he doesn't like food. I mean, she clearly liked other stuff about him. To pick a partner in life, at some point you have to settle. Not anybody is going to be 100% of every single thing that you ever wanted. I don't want somebody to expect that from me either.
Yeah, but we always say you should feel 100% about them and that's the person for you if you choose to get married or commit to them in some way. But just in general, I mean, what is a non-negotiable for you and what is negotiable? And we wanted to discuss someone's personality traits versus the more superficial traits. And I don't say superficial in like a negative way. I see superficial in like a just surface stuff, looks, money, job,
age.
Our superficial traits are age. And I think that you shouldn't compromise on the personality traits of someone that you really want in a partner, whether it's like humor, intelligence, kindness, compassion, what they value, equality, family. But then people bring into the mix, obviously, looks, height, money, job. And you wrote this thing down in the outline, the difference between values and conditions. And you can say, I want somebody financially stable or ambitious and hardworking. That's a value versus I want this amount in their bank account, or I want this type of salary, which is a condition. It's conditional. Like the same, money is not guaranteed. Looks fade. We all age. You could lose your job. That really isn't who someone is at their core as a person. All those things do play into who you are, what you do for a living, how your confidence about your job, how you feel about your looks. Obviously, they make you who you are, but they are more of conditions than who someone is at their core.
So many of these quote unquote superficial things, I think, like, will these things matter to you after you've been with somebody for 5 years? Is how tall somebody is that really going to make you happy day to day? I mean, it might. And everybody's welcome to have standards. Men have had standards forever, and men, want a certain level of attractiveness, age, weight, all these things. Women are allowed to have standards too, and you're allowed to have a standard for whatever you want. If you're like, I will only date rich guys, you can go after that. And I don't believe in telling single people, well, if you want to find somebody, lower your standards.
No, that's not it.
No, everybody's allowed to have standards, but I've seen people say, like, I only want these rich guys, and then they go after them time and time again, and they're unhappy. And I'm like, the only common thread is that you can't let go of this one thing that's making you unhappy. And what if we just compromised a little bit? And I like this thing about, like, can you just find somebody who's financially stable? That you don't have to worry they're going to do crazy stuff with money. Like, they're going to be okay your whole life.
Yeah, and make your own money. Like, I understand the way that people feel about money runs so deep. And especially if you were someone who grew up without financial security and you're like, that is all that matters if I'm going to have a family with somebody. Well, if it's the number one thing that matters, is there a world in which you're the person that makes the money so you never have to worry about it? Like, why rely on a man? I mean, I think that is the best way to be. Like, I am with somebody who is totally financially stable, but that is the baseline for me. Like, I was not on the hunt for some super wealthy guy. I make money. I love the Keke Palmer interview where she's like, what I don't need is your money. I just want someone who like supports me and loves me and is there for me and all these things that money can't buy. And so I just think that's important to think about. Like, I think it is hard to find a guy who is tall, attractive, funny, charming, likable. People like him, rich, and treats you like a queen. You're his top priority and he's faithful. Like, I know one or two, I guess, that fall into that category, but I still wouldn't date them. They're not for me. Like, you gotta sometimes think about the things that go together. I think a lot of women want this super successful, rich, high power CEO, finance guy, and then also want him to be present, thoughtful, adoring them. Like, they don't.
Doting, available for every single trip, every single group hang. Yeah. Like, that's not really always the same person.
I don't know one. I really don't. When I really think about it, when I think of the few guys I know, they are good partners, but that are rich and super successful. They're good partners, but they're not around as much. They aren't the guy I want when a family member passes. They aren't the guy that's like just gonna like hold me after a long day and comfort me. I don't see those things go together. Certainly there's unicorns out there, but this is just about being realistic in the traits that one person can have and what you really value.
No, it's I was like, Dorothy, I don't know.
So in short, good luck out there.
We did a great episode about like making your list a couple years ago. It was in January of 2024.
Okay. Was it?
Or February 2024, about making a list of everything you want in a person and deciding like what are the non-negotiables. And so many of the things, my list was split. Of course, I had some superficial things, but so many of the things I think on most women's lists are like, does he listen to me? Does he remember things I say? Does he prioritize me? Does he think of ways to make me feel special? A net income? I mean, it's nice to have, but I think that so many women today are out earning their partners. I mean, I think that it's not that as important as it used to be. Women used to have to date men that had a certain social status and financial income because your life depended on it.
Yes. And also, is it a lifestyle you want? I mean, we had a friend who I feel like she wouldn't talk to a guy that didn't have a vacation home. And she wanted that type of lifestyle, and it didn't work out for her. I will say that. You wrote this in our outline. What trait do I keep prioritizing that never actually brings me happiness? And that
It's
could hit
usually
different.
money
Yeah,
for a lot
it
of
is.
people.
It is. Yeah.
Like, listen, money makes things easier. I want to have an easy life. And money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys you a lot of ease and access and a lot of decisions that you can easily just make and not think about. Like, money does lead to an easier life.
Totally.
Sure. I understand wanting it. I think that it makes having children easier. It makes
Oh my God.
getting older easier, and when you're sick and it makes everything easier. But it's the one thing that I say I just don't really care that much.
But why do you think you're going to be entitled to their money? You know, if you really are always searching out a rich guy, like, this is why I just want women to make their own money. Our episode with Tori Dunlap is like, you make the money and then you don't have to worry about this shit. And if you find a rich guy, then you got double the income and now you're really like living large. But of course it's fun to date rich dudes and go on trips. But if you really are like, I need to marry that guy because I really need the money and then financial stability, if you're compromising on other things, there's no guarantees you're going to get married. He might lock you in with a prenup. I mean, what are you going to get pregnant really soon? So you're guaranteed for the money. I mean, where does it start and where does it end? And what is your mindset around it? And are you sacrificing other things that make a solid partner and that would make you happier? So I don't know. That's stuff you got to ask yourself.
So don't date ugly guys because they won't treat you better. Broke guys, maybe.
No purpose, no new friends.
That's still my song of the fall. I can't stop singing it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I have to say.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being here if you're still here. Yes, we appreciate you guys weighing in and giving us your thoughts on these.
Thanks. Honestly, we were pretty proud of our audience that everyone took this seriously and didn't drag us for these questions.
Listen, take a chance on a guy with fucked up teeth, like I did with Azul.
You
can always fix teeth.
Yeah, if you can fix teeth.
Yeah. Fashion, clothes, you can always fix that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, girlsgottaeat.com. Get tickets to our live shows. We have one in LA and one in New York. They are going to be so much fun and just so electric. We cannot wait to see you guys there. Girls Gotta Eat podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I am Ash Hess. Raina is Raina.Greenberg. Subscribe on YouTube. Check out all of our episodes on YouTube. Always full episodes. And we will see you guys Thursday.
Have a great week, guys.
Bye.